Hi everyone, welcome to FARROWT Reads. Today I'm going to be doing a spirit animal guidance reading. What is your spirit animal for the month of September? I was meaning to get this question, these readings out regarding the spirit animal guidance for the month of September about 10 days ago. However, life comes at you and things get delayed, so I hope you all understand. In fact, I know you guys all understand because it happens to you guys from time to time. However, let's get into this reading. I'm doing something a little different. I guess I'm challenging myself, doing 6 piles instead of my comfortable 3. I guess I'm just challenging myself, and I hope these messages resonate. You could pick one pile, more than one pile, and whether it's the stone, the timestamp, the pile that's catching your eye right now, whatever your gut is telling you, go with it. I hope these are enlightening for you this month, and they help you in any kind of way. And if they don't, and they do not resonate, I hope you just enjoyed listening. I know I do with others. Anyway, let's begin. This stone represents pile 1. This stone represents pile 2. It's like a belly button. This stone represents pile 3. This is a pretty one, I like it. This one represents pile 4. This sharp-edged stone represents pile 5. And this pretty stone it's another pile for pile 6, but it reminds me of just like the formation of a heart. I don't know why. I haven't really meditated on this stone, but it's like the beginning formation of a heart for me. Anyhow, let's go ahead and we'll begin with pile 1. Let me get these out of the way. Get this setup going. Hope everyone's feeling good this month. Getting ready for that Pisces full moon, or a full moon in Pisces in this Virgo season. I've been feeling great. I hope everyone else has been feeling great as well. Try to rub my good vibe energy off to all of you out there. Now, let me try to get my setup. Selenite wand. And pile 1, let's begin. I'm going to do it a little differently than last month, so bear with me. So, for this month, you have dragonfly. And right away, what I want to say with that, with aquamarine, that's your stone for the month, aquamarine. Dragonflies, they always remind me of, just right after that peak of summer, and dragonflies all come out around my area, around Southern California, in the end of August, the beginning of September. I see them everywhere, and it just reminds me of just spirit being around, just reminding me to let go of the old things. And you have, like I have, in every season that goes by, I reflect, what have I let go of that what have I let go of that now I'm ready for the blessings, that I'm ready to go into the flow and trust the universe now that I released what was bothering me, and I worked on myself, my ego, my inner child. I've connected, I've aligned. Then I'll see the dragonflies. And even though I know now they're always around the end of August, the beginning of September, there's still something magical about it. Because every time I'll forget, someone says, "What's with all these dragonflies?" And I've never seen dragonflies around. And when people talk like that, I pay attention. And I'll pay attention to the cyclical events of it, time-wise. And that's what I've remembered over the years. The dragonflies always come out around the end of August, the beginning of September. It's spirit calling, and it's a form of emotional abundance that I know I'm going to be grateful for and receive. And what comes with that? Sometimes it's tangible prosperity. Sometimes it's, getting charity in any way, like getting hand-me-downs, and not just like a hand-me-down, but like a genuine, like a relative gives you something that you find something priceless that you inherit. It comes in various different forms. But before I can go rambling on and on and on, let's get into the tarot cards. So we have captive. So regarding this month, we have captive and the tower. We got 2 16s here, 7. So, and then we have a progression. We got 7, here's 8, and then dragonfly, 2 7 is 9. So there's something where you're reaching a completion of. And now let's see. Now the captive, that's 8 of blades. And then we get the tower. And if there's a specific question you have in mind regarding this month, the answer is no, but there's exception to that because there's progression in this. So whatever, if you're looking for a yes or no answer, it's no. However, it's because that there's progression you need to still work on. There's still something that needs to break free or away. So let's see. Looking into the captive, this card, see, he has a white youth that he's held captive, and it's to bring balance within that tribe. See, the captive warns that balance must be maintained in life's struggles if one is to attain strength and harmony. And this captive card, it goes back to a time of quote unquote civilized people. It was the civilized people coming in to whenever they labeled, the Native Americans barbaric or sinful or what have you, depending on the person or just that group, one does not represent all. And it was usually the civilized, the progressive, the ones that think they know what's best for the whole, even though they lack experience and intellectual knowledge about a culture or a tribe. So this goes both ways with the white person coming in and other red-skinned Indian Native Americans from other tribes, from warring tribes. And then even within their own. If you act superior, like you know better, you're the barbaric one. You quote-unquote civilized are the one evoking hostility, and you're rather useless. Now, what does that mean regarding you? Well, this is a warning card. So if you're reflecting within yourself, are you the civilized? Or are you that one struggling to provide balance? Are you maintaining life struggles? Now, following it with the Tower card, this is emancipation from confinement. This tarot deck, there's strong magical symbols. So it must be read in a double sense. Each interpretation contradicts the other. You get what I'm saying? So how do I put this? However, your evaluation this month of other people or yourself, it's a struggle in life to maintain your balance and your harmony. And both, any way you look at a situation, you can argue it in the pathway of alignment or the pathway of chaos. Anything can be argued to contradict one another. So that's not really being in alignment. The goal is stability. And that's what you're struggling with this month. Contradictions, overcoming, I guess, reading into things too much regarding your personal life, your emotions. And even though it's like these people are a reflection of the people that affect you, and you are maintaining, it's like you've captured something symbolic or someone symbolic in your mind, whether it's yourself, an aspect of yourself, or someone genuinely close around you. And see, that's why I say, if you want a quick answer to whatever your question in mind is, it's a no. But with the numbers like doubling, it means that it seems through this reading that you are willing to look within yourself, realize, face what it means to put yourself in balance, in alignment and harmony, peacefully, without contradicting yourself, understanding both sides of what you're thinking, and possibly what maybe a group of people that you're more than one person. It could be just two people, but that's what I'm getting. And now this represents the past. So now you have discernment, judgment. So after you're going through this towering moment, which is very healthy, it's more like a cleansing. This isn't a huge like collapse of your world. This is a breakthrough. And coinciding with all of this month, with the Judgment card showing, it's you're about to, in the moment of your reflection, or just after, you're gonna realize your new priorities. What is really important to you? What is really, really important to you? And that's how you're gonna make your decisions, because you got rid of that toxic flow, the things that were blocking you. And it was just a simple thing of looking within yourself, understanding that life is struggle, and each person balances and harmonizes in their own way. And you're going to find that contradiction within yourself, and then be able to come and make your own judgment with your new priorities. And now this is where 10 of Stones, when I was reviewing this, I almost got a glimpse of someone wanting to rob another person. So this could be, so watch out for that. This really genuinely could be someone trying to steal something from you. Maybe it's not jewelry or money or possessions, but it could be something of a treasure of your personality, a characteristic of yours. So keep your guard up emotionally and mentally, because if someone steals that from you, it doesn't mean that they absorb or gain your skill or talent regarding your emotions or your mentality or any of that sort. It's like they could just take it, know they took it, and dump it on the floor and then step on it. Like that's part of your, a part of who you are that makes you happy. And then it takes you years to realize what happened before you can attain and work on getting that back. So keep your guard up regarding that. I had to say it and get it out of the way. Now going into the numbers, it's 8, 10, 16. So this is a progression within yourself this month. So even though I had to get the warning out of the way about stealing, this card represents accepting recognition. And so as you go through your emotions, you work on your contradictions, you identify yourself, you're coming into alignment, and it's going to be easy for you to receive recognition and accept it. And let's see. Now this card is seven of arrows. This is going towards after accomplishing and accepting what the universe has dealt you, then what do you have to look forward to? Now, this card is about listening to truths. So maybe listening to your family, any religious leaders of your community, grandfathers, anyone that's passing down wisdom to you. It's sharing information. These are people that you're looking up to that are going to come into your life if they're not already and really guide you. And the dragonfly, this card, so keep in mind, if you're seeing dragonflies around, you have spirit watching out for you. It's you're on the right pathway, and you're working, and you're doing very, very well. And if you don't feel like you're doing well, just all it takes is 30 seconds. Close your eyes, focus, breathe deeply, and just go into a zone. All it takes is 30 seconds. And you could switch your positivity like that. It'll be amazed at how quickly it goes into line if your intent is there, genuinely. Now, the dragonfly really is the essence of, it's the winds of change. And we got the Tower card right there. So you're going to be coming into new perspectives, new priorities, new gain. And dragonfly, the characteristics of dragonfly is really wisdom and enlightenment. And when you're seeing the dragonfly, when you're thinking of the dragonfly, and it could be anywhere, you know, it could be in pictures, on television, at the market. When you see the dragonfly, it's telling you to seek out the parts of your habits which you need to change. So, how are your eating patterns? Do you have a garden? Do you take care of plants? Make sure they're watered. Are you creating dreams, illusions? Break those down. Sift. Don't get lost in wishful thinking. Bring it into reality. And you can always just call on the dragonfly energy, that medicine, to guide you. And the aquamarine stone, this is lovely because it protects against seduction. And don't be fooled by vivid imagination, wishful thinking, illusions. If you don't have aquamarine, you can simply envision it. But it really does coincide with dragonfly, doesn't it? Protecting from illusions, seduction, wishful thinking. It helps you stay positive. And this is interesting. Any court cases, if you're in a child custody dispute, if you're in a civil dispute with a neighbor, business, keep this stone around. You see those dragonflies, be grateful, be thankful that spirit is with you, and acknowledge when you succeed in your court case. Acknowledge when you succeed. So I don't know if that's for many people or just a couple, but all this together for this month will help you see beyond illusion. And the timing regarding this is Aries, Gemini, Scorpio, Pisces. Now, we're going to be having the full moon in Pisces. Scorpio season is just around the corner. So take heed with that. And I hope you all enjoyed this reading pile one. Please like and subscribe, comment below. I thought it was very pleasant. I hope you did as well. I'll check you guys out next time. Bye-bye. Okay, on to pile 2. Whoever chose this lovely stone that I said has a belly button. Okay, let's see. Okay, we have Wolf. Spirit animal this month, September. Pile 2 has Wolf. Your stone is, I do not know how to pronounce this, ajoite. That is a beautiful stone. Now, Wolf is teacher. Oops, there we go. We got Maiden of Pipes, and this was reversed, Contentment. Now, if you have a certain question in your mind, yes or no, the answer is going to be no, and let's get into why. Okay, the Maiden of Pipes, she is, or he is, representative of a very individualistic person. They create their own beauty. They can force their impression of beauty on the beholder, and they are sudden and violent, ambitious and aspiring and enthusiastic to fault. Never forgets injuries, and his only patience is the vengeful ambush. Now, this is interesting. This is Maiden of Pipes in Navajo. Her hair is worn in a particularly, it's not fashion, it's a statement. They were not allowed to take their hair out of these butterfly buns until they were married. And then the mother-in-law washes their hair. And then they move on to what the next style appropriating who they are, their labeling. So she is an adolescent girl, and she was feared when she started having her menstrual cycles. Borderline, they would call her a witch. Like, they believed that the blood had power, and you could be harmed if you accidentally ate it. So they believed that some women would mix it in food, that they would be truly evil during this period. But it didn't mean that they were. So that takes a toll on a human psyche. And so that's why I believe all this energy could be riled up. This vengeful, like, they're patient and planning when vengeful. But they're also beautiful. They're creators. They create their own beauty. And whenever I see this card, it's 3 people on a donkey, and they're in shadow. And it's contentment. So it's reversed. But when my intuition got this, it's like a fresh young married woman, and she's outcast from her husband and maybe his friends or something, or maybe she's outcast from her friends now because she's married. Something, when you look at these two cards, it's like she's just glaring, but it's not like the cards are reversed. It's not like they're partying and having a good time. It looks like they're in the middle of a barren desert. The sun is beaming. It's like the illusion of water for them. It doesn't seem, but it's reversed. So it just get into this. They're struggling. That's what it is. This is unhappiness and struggle. Yeah, you or someone else is struggling this month. And it's from emotions. You're struggling with your passion. So we'll get into, this represents the beginning or the past of the month. So just overcome doubt and fear by trusting your decision, whatever your decision may be. But the answer is no. And it's not in a negative way. It's to pause and see. We got these, we got emotions, we got passion, we got thinking, and now we got harvest of the stones. Well, see, now this is, I just got balance. So maybe you're in a stage of balance right now. And you know what I was referencing to, if that resonates, regarding your emotions or others' emotions. I strongly sense that it's you against a group of people, but it's not what you think, and you're passionate about being in your own conviction, and they are not happy about it. They're struggling with this. And now that it's in the past, like it's been resolved, and now in this moment, it's about just radiating energy that empowers. So now it's like you guys are ready. You're ready to start empowering. And the 5 of arrows. Well, there we go. See, it's not, and now it's like, now there's a change going on. Now you know these people weren't doing anything to hurt you. And now you're just acknowledging that others have needs. And now it's like you're becoming humble this month. Like you learned it, like things aren't what you thought that they were. Your passion can just get a hold of you. And that's really neat. Okay, sorry about that. So we were on Ajoite. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that or say it. I should. Okay. And now we have a natural progression in this. So you're progressing. You're moving, you're going in the flow. You are working with the universe. So this will be a good end of the month. But for this stone, it helps with releasing toxic emotions. And what you've been through allows you to appreciate the pain of others' path, but don't absorb their pain. You detach and move on. You're a compassionate being. And being compassionate, and you're able to keep an open and compassionate heart. So this is the timing regarding this is the Virgo Aquarius season. We're entering Virgo in less than 2 weeks. So yeah, this all makes sense. Not makes sense. It all works together. And the person that's viewing this is you're going through a deep change, and you're gonna feel fresh going into October. Now for the wolf is loyal, and I don't know why I had to add this in there, but they choose one mate and they mate for life. They're monogamous. I like that. When I hear about animals like that, it just resonates. And the crow is like that too. They pick one, they mate for life. And in this card, the moon is very symbolic. So in this full moon, your psychic abilities are going to be enhanced. If you catch yourself gazing at the moon, you're going to be thinking of new ideas, but they're going to be just below the surface of your consciousness. So the best thing to do is when you usually when people are staring at the moon, they're gazing at it, you do get in a bit of a trance. Like the wolf, they howl at the moon. It's almost like they're singing, like, reveal your secrets to me, expose the truth. It's like, I will serenade you if you just give me a secret of yours. It's really romantic. You have the key to unlock secrets. Gazing at the moon, get that journal, paper, pen and pad, and start writing. It'll help you find your pathway. And something will happen, and you'll start looking for teachings in your everyday life. Every day will pass by and you'll learn something because of the medicine of the wolf, the spirit of the wolf. And this you that are watching this, you're very open. You have experienced a lot of things, and that's why you're so passionate. It's not that you're quick to judge. You're ready to become humble. I'm sure you're a feisty personality, but you're ready to calm that. And that's healthy. It's about learning and growth. And what better way with the animal spirit of wolf? So yeah, that's neat. Please like and subscribe. Comment down below. And I will check you in my next reading pile too. And here we go, pile 3. And beautiful stone, put it right there. And for this pile, we got otter. Very strong womanly energy. Lapis lazuli. So right away, 13, 4, 8. I see a progression. All these piles are doing great this month. I know that I'm only on the 3rd pile, but it's just an example of progression. People are working on their egos and growing and learning, and it's quite beautiful. It enhances the collective conscious. So these two cards, these two tarot cards, is whatever question you have regarding this month of September, it's a simple yes or no. And this pile, it's a yes. And I'm going to tell you why. So getting into card one, the Ace of Vessels. It's the cups. And this was, oh, I forgot what it was called. The Native Americans called it a wish vase. And there's a hole down there. They would put different sorts of things, like bone, feathers, shells, and then it was their form of fortune telling in a way. And so you want to go up and make an offer or see what, if your wish will come true, you shake it, and whatever falls out, well, then that's your answer. So it's emotional beginnings, and it's a representation of a renewal of love. And I say yes to this because when we get the Hermit in this Native American tarot deck, this is the outsider. This is the white man, the misfit, doesn't fit in with everyone, doesn't agree to the civilized norms of what's going on at the time before it evolves to something else. And he's got his donkey with him, a symbol of endurance and strength. He's got his rifle. He's also got garments reflecting Native American tribes, because it's dangerous going out, looking, you're the enemy, a white man going into the mountains, into, there's no police there, not police, but protection. You're your own protection. And so you learn. He could be captive. You could be captive. It's like just a journey of the unknown. And you got a few things to protect yourself, and as long as you're just willing and not stupid, but choosing not smart decisions. And you add these together, you're going to reach a completion. And now this is an emotional wish, an emotional investment this month that I see this pile is looking into. And it's a journey. This is a journey. And by the end of this journey, you're not going to see yourself in the same way you did in the beginning. And this is a time for, I guess, rest. Not even rest. Just pause. Keep working. It's like movement while still being stable. It's like your mind is still going, your body is still, and then your intention, let me just wait before I do anything. Before I make a decision, let me just wait before I set my intent. And then you're going to get a great inspiration, and that's when you do it. That's when you set your intent. After your reflection, after gaining and learning knowledge, and then you got this emotional, your heart is in it, and this is love, and it's a beginning. So let's see your other cards for the month. You got Vision, the Hanged Man. That's 12, and see, it's just one. See, 12, 3, 1, 3, 9. This goes with the Hermit card. This is something that you've already done. You've already surrendered in the midst. And while you're doing that, I don't know the duration of time that has passed, but it's quick. Like this is like a few days or maybe just a couple of weeks. But in that suspension, whether it's your mind or you physically cut yourself off and enlightening yourself so you can begin granting your wish. This is an emotional wish for this pile. And then in the middle of this coincides these two cards here. The Ace of Arrows upside down. So now we got a new idea like on hold. Or your clarity is, you're not really looking for truth. Like you're looking for the will. You're looking for that courage. You're looking for will. And your last card. So that's where you're at. That's what you're waiting on right now. Inspiration. You're on pause. You're waiting for the will. Where's the will coming in when you see the inspiration? It's just a matter of time. Divine timing. And the last card for this is Seven of Bowls. Oh, this is lovely. Let the self be swept into bliss. Yes, you are in the flow of the universe right now. You are doing exactly what your intuition is guiding you. You're on this reading right now, getting clarification because, and that's what I did see with this One of Vessels. It was just a relationship. And then you got divinity in the background. Well, that's how I interpret it. You got the dolphin and this angel mermaid just backing up, supporting this person that's on your mind. And with the otter, let's get into the otter. Otter allow others to enter their life without preconceived judgments. They teach balanced female energy is not jealous or catty. Sisterhood expresses joy for others. Envy or fear of being replaced is not an otter's understanding. Loving other people's children's accomplishments as much as their own. Be a playful child and allow things to unfold. Well, this is very interesting. So the person that you're into, it seems like you guys do communicate or are on a level where you see each other every day. And you are interested. You are interested. You're that strong female energy. And you're tapping into it very much. And you have kids. You have kids. And so does this other person. And you're in it. You genuinely care about their children from your heart. You care about their accomplishments as much as your own children's. And if you don't have children, you have godchildren. There's children in your life that you never thought another child would not measure up, but you would find that match, like, whoa. And I recently experienced that. I mean, I thought I could care less about other people's kids except for my own until I realized it's okay to cheer on other children's accomplishments. Because when you cheer on your community, you're uplifting and contributing positive energy to the whole of us. We are all a part of each other. So you have a very loving, feminine, nurturing energy. I can't imagine why this person, I don't know who's going to approach one another, if you're going to approach them or they're going to approach you. I'm assuming you might innocently approach them because this lapis lazuli just shouts blue. And when I think of blue, I think of voice, finding your voice, and spirit guide, angels supporting you in this. That's very lovely. And you're not a jealous person. You're not a catty person. You're not envious. You're a woman's woman. And that's so special. It's hard to find like a woman's woman, genuinely, because it is easy for other women they compare themselves to other women. And it's hard not to do, I guess, unless you're already fulfilled and spiritually fulfilled, not materially fulfilled. It's like you're secure within yourself. And this lapis lazuli, it's heavenly wisdom. It connects to the heavens, and you look into the past to put present experiences into perspective. It opens your heart and your third eye, and it recommends study or research. So study and research more about the third eye and your heart chakra, because this is a divine reconnection. See, yeah, this isn't a new love. I mean, maybe this is an ex coming in, but I don't sense that. I mean, it could be, but I'm sensing something else, like maybe someone you used to date, and then you go on and you guys both married, had kids, or maybe you just went on and had kids. You guys had your separate lives, and then now it's like being reconnected again, like the angels are guiding you two back together. It's very, very hopeful, because the timing is Sagittarius. So this is the time in September where the seeds are being planted. By the time December comes, November, something will be sprouting. You know, those butterflies in your tummy will be coming around. Maybe you'll be on a date with this person and see an otter sign or something, and you'll remember about this reading. And all I can say is you'll start tapping into your sensual feminine energy and start being playful, and you guys will be all flirty. So attune to your divine nature to enhance your well-being. That's all it is. This is a very playful, fun, and the otter is a playful, fun animal. So you're either a Sagittarius season is around the corner. It's you. No, never mind. You or the person you're into has that fiery energy, and I love it. I loved this reading. I see love in the way for you, and it's only because you're in the flow. You're willing to learn and grow, and you respect yourself. So I hope all is well, and please like and subscribe, comment below, and check you out next time, pile 3. And on to pile 4 with this beautiful stone. Okay, what do we get for pile 4? We got the mouse. We got citrine. Oh, look at that. 1820, 920. So this is another pile I can immediately say is learning and progressing this month. And we got 5 stickball, 5 of pipes, and 12 Sundance. Excuse me. So stickball, what's that game? Lacrosse. It's similar to lacrosse from the French. And when it got brought to Native America, it got switched up a little bit. And there was, with lacrosse now, the modern rules, they've eliminated, like the ones they play at college and some high schools, I guess. The modern rules have eliminated the violence that gave it its nickname, the younger brother of war. So at times, this game was even used as a substitute for war, and betting was inevitable, waging hunting grounds, wives, they would even wage themselves. So this is a very hostile card. It would replace war. So, wow. I mean, think about that. Like if you didn't want to go to, can you think about two countries going to war through a game that had minimal rules? So you could break arms, break bones, like you literally can kill each other just by playing a game. It didn't matter. Whoever won, won. Like, dang. So that's the kind of energy that you're starting off with this month. But let's take that and switch it around. So this is real. This is gains through concentrated effort. So now that we know about the aggressive part of that energy, let's focus on the positive. We can dismiss that and focus on the positive. We've acknowledged the history. Now let's focus. So practice improves performance and makes perfect. So it's about practice, not about how hard you are, how tough. It's practice, efficiency. And the Sundance card, this where is, I think, I wanted to read a little excerpt from this, I believe. Okay. So this card represents the symbolic death, the annihilation of self. That represents the first and final steps in the process of attaining the rank of adept. Inherent is the idea of sacrifice. It is important to remember the why and how of one's enlightenment. To acquire the knowledge of one's boundless heritage, especially to the Native American, it is necessary to be on good terms with nature and her children, to treat all with absolute respect, acceptance, love, and even worship. Okay, so you're really taking yourself seriously this month. You want to get rid of your aggression. You want to be refined in the way you execute. So there's anger and frustration because when you're learning something new, when there is a change within yourself and you have to do it in the tangible 3D world, you're a person that really wants to go hard and be perfect at it. So when the Sundance card is saying is that you're surrendering, you're going to worship nature, you're going to form and get rid of, and if you're going to begin anew through your suspension, you're doing it perfectly and completely with aim, not aimlessly, with aim. Yeah, this is a serious pile. Let's get into your other cards. So you got Teaching Lodge of the Arrows. So you want to You're revisioning the world. You are liberating yourself by revisioning the world, and that coincides with the sun dance, because you can only gain new perspectives if you look within yourself. You become suspended. You know, when you meditate, it seems like you lose track of time, because time is gone in that moment. And the apprenticeship of arrows. See through the cultural illusion. You know, what you were engaging before. What you were engaging with, you're thinking about logically. It's like your guide is telling you, like, no. That's, oh, what's the word? I want to say, like, it's not clean. It's not organized. It's chaos. You can always remember that part and learn from it. We can always learn from our memories. That's pretty cool. And lastly, you got the Tower. Long-held attitudes are being challenged and are breaking down. Yeah, you're breaking away, but you are not your attitudes. Your higher self is breaking out of its shell. The phoenix rises from the ashes. A greater person is emerging. Yeah, so you are changing. It's very chaotic. And through the chaos, it's like you just spiritually just delve into this surrender. And it completely changes you. That's your future. See the little, it's like the turtle is breaking out of this flower that the eagle is protecting, that the phoenix that they've arisen out of. And it's like in this dream catcher. And then you got the thunder, like this is going to the core of you. This month, you're emerging to the best of the best of yourself. And it's the lowest part of your breaking out of your shell. That's awesome. It's like you're going to be that great this month, and it's the lowest level of what you're experiencing in your breakthrough. So it's just like up, 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 up. Now, let's go into your spirit guidance, mouse. And I just want to say, I forgot to say this in the beginning, but the 5 of stickball and the 12 sun dance, these 2 cards were representing, if you have a specific question for the month of September and a simple yes or no, the answer is yes. The answer is yes. Because you're letting go, you're breaking away, you're acknowledging what may be culturally acceptable. It's not universally acceptable. And you're ready to break away from that. And you're ready to learn from that. And that's why you're suspended right here, reflecting. It's like, it's almost saying what you want to do, repentance. And then from this point on, just always be grateful. And that's why your answer is yes. And with the mouse, mouse medicine, they anger many other medicine types because they are nitpickers, so nitpicky. And part of that is because, you know, the mouse, they always are susceptible. They're always threatened. So no matter where they go, danger lurks. So they always have to be aware, and then aware again, and then aware again, and then double aware. And then it's like, calm down, mouse. Nothing's going to happen. But that's easy for all the other medicine types to say, because they're not the ones always vulnerable to death. Mouse people are. Not death in a literal sense. Emotions, baggage, things that hold us back. You know, mouse medicine is also fixated on methodology. Hoarding, like these people sometimes seem like they're hoarding, but they're not. It's like they're just organizing to go over the data later, or organizing so they can log it later. And Mouse always is ready and willing to learn and to go deeper and deeper. And they're fearful of life, but well organized with a compartment for everything. So you may, through your awakening or your ascension, your breakthrough, it seems that you want to be detailed and compartmentalized, organized, because you want to go so deep that it's like in your mind, almost like those trackers in the woods. They right before they go into the woods, they want to go so deep when they're tracking that, you know, they put the string so they don't get lost. It's almost like that's what you're going to be doing in your mind. But it's not necessary. You're going to drive yourself nuts. Just go with the flow. That's what mouse medicine is saying. And the citrine, it promotes inner calm. And that's really fitting for this reading, because I don't think I ever seen a mouse just sit there and sleep. It's like there's always something on their mind. It's something deep is going on inside. They got curiosities. They got work to do. But that citrine will help you just calm down. Just master your inner calmness. And through all this work you're doing this month, nothing but abundance. That's all I see. Abundance, abundance, abundance. And that's abundance of any sort. But this is, I'm really sensing that this is not emotional abundance. This is spiritual abundance. This is real passion. So, love and light to you. Please like and subscribe. And check out my other videos. Catch me next month. And I will check you guys out laters. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment below. Okay. Pile 5. This sharp-edged, beautiful stone. Could be a weapon. No, I'm just kidding. You got swan. The beautiful ugly duckling turned into a swan with rainbow Mayanite. The bridge reminds me of Thor. Now let's get into your tarot cards for the month. This is, you got 1 and 5. You got Ace of Blades and 5 of Blades, Spiritualist. I'm going into, this is a, if you have a question for September, keep that in mind. Just a general yes or no. Whatever your question is, the answer is a yes. So the Ace of Blades is the essence. It's a human need for growth and trust in the struggle for individuality. Wisdom cannot be acquired passively. One must have an understanding in the nature of the environment, one's fellow and oneself. Now getting into this, it's this tomahawk. It's also a pipe, peace pipe, and used in one of 3 ways. So before a war, they would do a ceremony and they would smoke the peace pipe. That's why the hand is passing off and there's smoke emitting. And this was when the white man came, the Native Americans were able to become more refined in their weaponry. So that's when the machetes came along and the tomahawks. And they were able to make peace pipes while at war. But That's why the blade is on the other. That's crazy. I think that's really cool. I've never seen one in real life. A peace pipe with a blade, the tomahawk and weaponry. So you got the blade for war. You got the pipe for ceremonies. And lastly, they would just bury the tomahawk, representing peace, no war. So bury the hatchet is what I'm getting. Not even about smoking for peace, not about killing for war. This is what I got out of that pile. Bury the hatchet. And you're ready to. You're ready to. Your animal is the swan this month. Animal's the swan. So with the spiritualist, coming to terms with non-material aspects of life and looking beyond, within and backward to adjust. So you got your inner self, the past of yourself, your future self. You got the spiritualist on top of a plateau, mountains behind, holding onto the feathers, spirit, and really reflecting on what they let go of. Letting go. So there's some kind of resentment I'm picking up on, but you want to bury it. You want to let it go. And even if if this isn't resonating for you, you're thinking the opposite, Spirit is coming through, advising what is wise. You can't gain wisdom being passive. So there's a lot of learning right here, and I do feel that this pile, you individuals, you will bury the hatchet, whoever you're quarreling with. But this is all about thought. So it doesn't matter who's right or wrong. It's regarding the spirit. Ease your spirit. The way you could do that, you just bury the hatchet. Let that other person get the one up. That's fine. The universe has your back. Let's look at your other cards. So we got 3 of stones. Oh yeah, that's cool. Gather together that which is needed. So it seems you were doing a deal, you were working with someone, and maybe they didn't follow through. Something was decided. And now we got the peacemaker, the Hierophant, another 5. So look for your opportunity to make a subtle entry into the minds and hearts of those you want to affect. Timing and way of presentation are of the utmost importance. All right, so bury the hatchet, get a new idea formulating, think about the timing, practice, gain some wisdom in all this. You want to make a deal? You want to do exchange? You want to collaborate? You know, sometimes people test you to make sure that you're on point. That's what this month is about. Virgo season is all about perfectionism. They're perfectionists and they're hardworking. So that's the season of this month. So don't take anything for granted. You know, practice. The Hierophant is all about guidance, knowledge, beliefs, you know, attaining that. It's not easy. It's mental work. And it's like, she's even like up there doing a presentation. Now, bury the hatchet if that's what you got to do. Overcome your fear and just do it. You got to play your game. This is your world, okay? This is your story. This is your script. Have everyone rocking it with you. That's what you're asking for this month. or that's what this month is looking like. And you got the swan. I'll get into that in a minute. So 2 of pipes. And you're going to get a call. You're going to know when this time for action is to be. Okay? Just recognize it. Recognize when the call is there to act. So, I wanted to get into dragonfly, the swan. And see, I got mixed up with that because pile 1 has dragonfly. And with the swan, see, the swan is about grace. And in the storytelling of this is that, the swan kind of time warps into a pond and is gazing out at the stars. And at the time, the swan is a very little, it's an ugly duckling. And it can see a black hole in the galaxy, and out of nowhere, the dragonfly, the representation of illusion, shows up, or warning of illusion. And so Swan starts questioning the dragonfly, and the dragonfly provides answers. And so Swan listens to the dragonfly and says, okay, I'll trust in the universe. I will accept any lessons thrown at me, and I will just trust the universe and go with that flow. And because of that, the next time Dragonfly sees Swan after being in the black hole, he's a big, beautiful swan. Okay, sorry, Pile 5, I got interrupted. I'll try to wrap this up. So, yes, the swan teaches to be at one with all levels of consciousness, to enter dream time. So the swan is, I liked that that story about the swan and the dragonfly, because it shows a display of the swan willing to go through altered and different levels of the spirit and transcending into the soul. So, and it's not only that, it's the reaction, the response of Swan. That's why he's labeled graceful. They are graceful. They go with the flow of the universe. And whatever comes at them, it's their reactions and their responses. But that comes with the experience of those consciousnesses. I hope I'm explaining this right. Or it's resonating. I hope that this is resonating. So the swan also represents altered states of awareness and developing your intuitive abilities. So this is the month that you really may be tapping into your intuition and learning that you have more abilities than you thought and are capable of. You could be accepting transformation this month and surrendering to Great Spirit. And again, having psychic abilities. It's during this full moon, honor your female intuitive side. Honor that. And rainbow Mayanite, it's a multi-dimensional stone. Okay? That would be a lovely stone. If you are able to try and purchase that, I would go for that and do that. That would be so soothing and beneficial with your meditations. But of course, I can't afford every stone that I come across, so just take with it what you will. And rainbow Mayanite, it assists in shifts of consciousness. It's bridges to this world and the rest of creation. And the timing of it is Aquarius. So that's January time. So around that time, you're really going to be, it's like you're it's going to be double or triple your intuition, and you're going to be remain grounded in it. And that's what the stone represents. That's what the swan represents. Being a bridge between two worlds, two dimensions, two consciousnesses, alternating, learning what the physical feeling of coming in and out of multi-dimensions and parallel universes and altered states of consciousnesses and different mentalities. I mean, you do have a physical effect. They do. I mean, if you're engaging in energy work, just meditation is energy work, and learning how to hone that and craft that. January seems to be the time to really learn the rainbow trail to that, the rainbow pathway. I think of Thor because he's the one with the rainbow bridge, right? Coming from this world to that, to his own world. Every time I think of rainbow, I think of Thor. So maybe you are a gentleman watching this, and that's why I had to say that. But either way, whoever's watching this is an awesome reading. I mean, who else gets the swan with a rainbow Mayanite? And it's all about intuition and spiritualism and bearing the hatchet. Just peace, 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 and love, brothers and sisters. I love this reading. I'm glad I got it out. I hope you liked it. Please like, please subscribe, and I'll check you guys next time. Love and light to you all. Okay, pile 6. With this stone, it's like a flame forming into a heart. Is that blurry? I like it. I really like that stone. Okay. Ow, ow, ow. Sorry. I shook the table with my whole big body. Okay, give me a minute. All right. Sorry, pile 6. I didn't know I would make it this long with just a couple interruptions, but I did. I made it. I'll do my best to make this a lovely reading. I hope it resonates. And let's get started with your animal guidance for the month of September. We got hawk, graphic smoky quartz, and let's get into your cards. And then we'll get into the hawk towards the end. So we got defiance, the scout. We got 9 of pipes, 4 of blades. Now the essence of defiance is in the knowledge of human nature and perseverance, qualities which lead to success against great odds. And the scout is change for the masses as well as for individuals. It is a time of choices and decisions. So it could be a time of peace versus business. It's like, it's nothing personal, it's business, but you're not going to have peace. So whether that's with neighbors or co-workers, or, you know, if you go to school and, you know, a classmate. So if you have a question this month where it's a simple yes or no, it is a yes. However, it comes with consequences. It's a yes that comes with consequences. So let's get into your other cards. Okay, let's look into your other cards. You know, I could leave it rolling, but I don't want anyone to hear all that noise in the background. So that's why I cut out, you guys. So I apologize for that. And I'm working on trying to get my own time to do uninterrupted reading. So back to your wonderful reading, Hawk Pile. You got the Magician, resources. Your energy is your basic resource if you are in a destructive relationship. Pick up your power and leave now. Get rid of things that interfere with your dreams. Acquire what you need. Take stock of your resources and use them wisely. All right. Conduit. I want to get to the Defiance card real fast. Now, back here, you see a Native American youth where he's tied and taken stake into the ground. And back here are the enemies. And this is his own tribe. And this is a way, if you committed something so shameful in your mind that it's unforgivable and you can't live with yourself, then you take your choice of preferable weapon, your shield. Your tribe places you out there where you cannot escape, and they invite the enemies to come in and kill you. But with that said, they'd go down fighting as best as they can. And it was very rare that in the background they would have their family members come and rescue them. It was very, very rare. So if you were going to commit suicide, you're going to go down fighting to compensate for that lack of will, for that shame the consciousness just couldn't seem to get rid of. Now, if you're in a relationship that's destructive, it's almost like the same thing. You got to take that relationship, the aspect of that relationship, and go put it out there somewhere, and then call your enemies. I don't need this. Take it. And you could watch it. I mean, this is a mental thing. It's a passionate thing. But it's necessary because it's like the Trojan horse coming in, that train. It's like the Trojan horse coming in, and all these buffalo, and the white man coming inside that train, and this Native American, the scout, just watching, and then going back to warn, like, more are coming to take the bison, the buffalo. That was more than a commodity, much more than a resource of just mass proportion for the Native Americans. And once they call them the white eyes, would get a hold of it, well, then it's just the population decreasing. So when I see the resource card, the magician card in this, like, you have the resources, you have the power to control the way your life leads. Now, there's an ankle weight weighing you down, and it's the form of a relationship. And maybe you've pondered, but of like letting it go, you got to be strong and let that shit go, okay? Because look, you go from 9, 4, 2. You hold on to this relationship. It's just everything you work for is just going to go out the window. Okay? There's no investment in this person, the likeness of them. I mean, don't destroy relationships based on this reading. It's what resonates with you. And if someone is obviously talking down to you a lot, maybe you've just been dating them for a couple months, get rid of them. I mean, you go in and it gets deeper and deeper and deeper. You lose more and more and more. I've been in those kind of relationships before where it's like, I don't know how to get out of it. I mean, they're a real nice person, but they're just in it for themselves. And it's like 6 months go by and you're like, you look at your money, you look at where you're living, and it's like, what is the return gain? Nothing. Like, I mean, who cares about being lonely? Lonely is a temporary time. I don't know why I went off with that rant. I apologize. But it goes into the 5 of Bowls right here. And that's what it is. You have a gift of love. And you're trying to address it. You're trying to give it. Let it go. Every time you're offering your gift of love, they're walking off. Nobody wants it. It's time to focus your energy on your own self-love. See, hold on. I'm so sorry, Hawkpile. I know you guys get it, all the interruptions. It's unusual. I haven't gone this long doing, I've never done 6 piles, so maybe I was really pushing my limits. Anyways, back to your wonderful reading. So, yeah, just stop offering your gift of love. Like, no one's taking it. No one wants it. That's why it's not being reciprocated. It's not that they don't want it or don't want you. It's just the timing is off. There's other things for you to focus on. And what happens when you start focusing on other things? Let's see what your future is looking like. Oh, overcome doubt by action of the self unbound. So, see, you keep doubting love. You keep, investing it in all the wrong areas where they always have their back on you. And then what happens when you take heat upon yourself? It's like they come chasing after you. They're flying like spirits and the animals. It's like this. This reminds me of like a Pegasus or something, but like an elk Pegasus. But anyways, but yeah, when you start loving yourself, it's like it's just you, and then you start emitting that light, that joyous expansion of light, and that radiates, and then that's what starts coming in. So that's the progress of this month. Let that old love go, because once you start loving yourself, unbound, hello, then all this energy is going to be chasing after you. So let's get into Hawk. He's the messenger. Hawks are messengers. So you see a lot of hawks. Pay attention. What's going on in your life, what you're thinking at the moment. And Hawk, they're also ruled by Mercury. So if you got Mercury in your chart, this is definitely your reading. I don't really... Mercury, that's the communicator. Observe the obvious in everything you do. Right now, a clue of the magic of life is being brought to you. Is your talent a power you are not using? Seek truth. Okay. Hawk has come to you today because you're not using something that you're gifted with. So what is that? Is it stability, being grounded? Something that's come so natural to you and you're not using it. Now on to this graphic smoky quartz. Graphic smoky quartz. That's a multi-dimensional stone. So what I'm getting from this is that not keeping yourself down. Stop focusing on external relationships and focus on your relationship with yourself, with your inner child and your higher self. Your relationship with divinity, with God, with the universe. Focus on those relationships. Focus on your love with yourself in all aspects of yourself. So graphic smoky quartz that's a wonderful stone to have. It removes toxic debris and traumatic memories. If your self-esteem is low, it allows yourself to expand again. Your self-esteem low. There's a relationship with you where they drag your self-esteem down. And something like that really affects any individual. A counterpart is someone that raises our vibration. They want to see us be challenged and conquer that challenge, because then it turns into an opportunity. A counterpart, a loved one of ours, they want to see us do well. They don't tell us, why are you doing this? You can't do that. Are you crazy? It's like, it's not about put downs to uplift you. It's the opposite. It's the opposite. And you know you don't need to hear any junk anymore. I know this is resonating with someone because this has come out in the 3 cards, like 1, 2, 3. So with the captive card, and then going into the hawk, and then the smoky quartz, and don't even get me started on the magician card. So there's 4 cards. Yeah. It must be your intuition. You could be psychic. You could be repressing a lot of your skills, a lot of your talents, that you're having a call and you're ignoring it. But when you're ready, you should look into doing a shamanic journey. You could do it about yourself in your own home. I truly believe that. Or you can go and seek out an actual shaman. Either way, that is going to heal you this month into next month. I highly recommend. I do. You have to be ready to overcome any challenges, emotional, mental, physical, all 3 in most cases. But that's a reflection of how deep you're willing to go. You know, start light if you're new to the spiritual quest. If this is brand new to you, I highly recommend you go lightly. Just listen to a shamanic meditation journey and see what your mind delves up, and learn about breathing and meditation. If you're deeper into the spiritual quest, then you will probably already have a handful of shamans that you know you could go to. Or just if you're not that far into it, you're just dabbling, maybe you have girlfriends or, you know, some dudes that you guys all know about going to healing places or just getting out. What heals the soul? What heals your spirit? And to rejuvenate yourself. So the best time to do all this is during autumn, right around the corner. So your challenge for this month, which is also part of your skill, which is also part of your talent, which is you're going to master this. It's just exploring where others fear to tread. And what I get from that is both traveling, like to certain destinations. Maybe you know about like swim hole spots, or you know, like where you have to hike to get to a particular like swim hole, or just hiking to a particular trail where you find that one secret like viewpoint hardly anyone knows about. Like, that's fearful for people to do, whether you know it or not, because they are afraid of getting lost, or the power of the elements and the animals that they don't know, and just the climates. And you know, there's a huge list of why people are afraid to do simple things that you're not afraid to do. And now it goes into the spiritual part. There's a lot of people where, you know, they don't question the Bible because they're afraid to. You're not afraid to question, are you? You want to know the origin of the stories. Why are they put together in this manner? And from what? From who? Who decided this? Why did they decide this? When did this happen? You're not afraid to go deep. And you're not afraid to travel deep either. You're fearless because you got that hawk, your spirit animal, guiding you, sending you messages, asking you, tap into your talent, get that intuition, hone it, master it, fulfill. It's not these other random relationships keeping your self-esteem low. Seek this message, says the hawk. I hope this resonates, because this is what is coming through. This is what's coming through. And that was the end of it. So that's what I got. Even this graphic smoky quartz, it seems to like accentuate the hawk's feathers. Compliments. So I hope this reading resonated. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like and subscribe. Love and light to you, and check me out next time.